What if I told you that you don't need a huge social media following, a fancy website, or even a ton of content to start an online coaching business making a minimum of $10,000 per month? I've built a multi-million-dollar consulting business, launched several successful e-commerce brands, and I've also helped dozens of online coaches build profitable businesses from the ground up. And in this video, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint to go from $0 to $10,000 per month as an online coach, even if you're still working a 9-to-5 job and have no idea where to start. So let's cut through all the other BS you've already seen on YouTube and give you the simple step-by-step process that's worked for both me and my clients to build our businesses. Now, as a coach, there are 5 foundational things you need to build inside of your coaching business, and we're going to cover each one of those inside of this video. The first is finding your niche. The second is building out your customer avatar or your ideal client profile. The third is creating an offer. The fourth is marketing, and the fifth is a sales process. Now, because we're going to be covering so much detail in this video, I've created a bunch of free resources and templates and mini courses for you guys to build out the foundation of your coaching business from the ground up. And these are all available to you in my free school community. So if you want access to it, just use the link in the description to sign up for my newsletter and you will get immediate access to the school group from there. All right, so the very first thing that we need to figure out if you're starting a coaching business from scratch is finding your niche, because without a niche, it's like driving a car on a dark road with no GPS wearing a blindfold. You don't know where you're going, what you're doing, and you have no real path. So that's exactly where we're going to start. Now, before I became a coach, I struggled for years to find the right niche. I bounced around from business to business, and while I was monetarily very successful, every business I built made me completely miserable. It took me almost a decade to learn the lessons that I'm about to share with you today, but this framework is what took me from being a miserable millionaire to becoming a digital nomad, living in Bali, having a profitable business that I'm passionate about, and being able to wake up every day doing what I love. Now, in order to find your niche, there are 4 key factors that you'll want to consider. Your niche lies exactly at the intersection between each one of these categories I'm about to explain. And the first is passion. Now, a lot of people may disagree with me on this point, but I believe that you need to start with passion in everything that you do. If you want to build a successful business, you have to love what you're doing, because most entrepreneurs fail simply because they didn't love what they were doing. They didn't have a strong enough reason why they wanted to pursue a specific goal in their business. And because of that, as soon as they hit any type of adversity or difficulty, or they start struggling to make money, they quit. And I don't want that to be you. When you're passionate about what you do and you have a strong enough reason why you want to do it, you will move mountains. You will cross any barriers. You will overcome any struggles that you're having simply because you have the drive and internal motivation to do so. So this is why I say start with passion. But passion alone is not enough to build a profitable coaching business from. So the second thing that we need to consider are your skills. The questions you want to ask yourself are, what skills have you acquired throughout your life? What are you currently doing at your 9-to-5 job that may make you money in a coaching business? What are your top strengths? And if you need help finding these answers, one of the best places to go is by taking the Strength Finders test. You can find that at 16personalities.com, and there's a free Strength Finder test there that will tell you exactly what your personal strengths are, as well as some profitable businesses that you could choose from that would work best with your specific personality type. Now, the third is problems. What problems have you specifically solved for yourself or for other people? Now, this specific point is critically important because it sets the stage for credibility inside of your coaching business. The niche that you choose needs to be strongly positioned within a problem that you've either solved for yourself or that you've solved for other people. It needs to be something that you have already done and you have the proof to back it up with. And the fourth is profits. Now, this is the most important factor that you need to consider when choosing a niche. Would people actually pay to solve the problem that your skills can solve? Now, the 3 safest categories that you can choose for a niche are going to be health, wealth, and relationships, because these are evergreen niches where people are highly likely to pay a high ticket price for your services. Now, of course, you can always choose something outside of these categories, but when you're choosing a niche, you want to make sure that the transformation or the outcome that you provide your clients with is as tangible as possible. Trust me on this, because it will save you time, energy, and a lot of failure in the future if you can really learn to create tangible outcomes for your clients. Now, I do realize that choosing a niche is a very difficult process. So if you were someone that is extremely serious about getting your coaching business started, you might be interested in joining my 5-day Build Your Coaching Business Challenge coming up in the next couple weeks. I'm only allowing 15 people to join the challenge because I will be working with these 15 people very, very closely to make sure I help them find their niche, they build out the foundations of their coaching business, and work on getting their first paid client. So if this is you and you are interested in joining, I highly recommend you apply to join the challenge as soon as possible before the seats fill up. You can do so by clicking on the link in the description to book in a quick call with me just to make sure you're a good fit for the challenge. Not everyone that applies will be able to enter, but I highly recommend joining before the spots fill up. Now, pillar number 2 is defining your ideal client profile. This is where we define exactly who your ideal client is, and we build out a profile of who that person is, what their backstory is, and a bunch of other details that you will need to deeply understand in order to market and advertise your services to that person. Now, knowing exactly who this person is really the core of your coaching business, because everything you do moving forward is in service to that person. So we need to be able to break down who would most benefit from your unique skills, passions, and experience or expertise. Now, most of the time when we define who this person is, it's typically going to be who you were just a couple of years ago, or whoever you were before you solved the problem that you solve now for your clients. So here are some questions that you can ask yourself to become clear on who this person is. Number 1, what is their name, age, location, and backstory? Number 2, what are they passionate about? This could be anything from hobbies to interests to things that they just generally enjoy. Number 3, what are their biggest dreams, goals, and desires? Number 4, what are their deepest fears and regrets? Number 5, what type of transformation are they specifically looking for? This would be their point A being their current situation that they're in or the pain that they're trying to escape from, and point B being the ideal outcome or the dream result that they're looking for after working with you. And number 6, what is holding them back from achieving that desire or that dream result? This could be a lack of skills, a lack of knowledge, a lack of motivation, or even accountability. Now, as I mentioned before, I also have a template that you can fill out that might make it a little bit easier for you to answer these questions in the school community. All right, now you know your niche and you know exactly who you want to work with. Now we need to create an offer that would be attractive enough for that person to actually want to work with you. Now, a coaching offer is simply just a package of services that you offer to help support your client in achieving their goals. The goal for the offer that you create is to make it so clear and so valuable that people are literally begging to work with you. And the easiest way to create an offer that's extremely valuable to potential clients is to write down a list of the top 10 problems or issues that your potential clients would have and write an offer that solves each and every one of them, or at least as many as possible. This not only makes it highly desirable for your potential clients, but it also helps you get extremely consistent results in your coaching business because you're addressing all of the barriers that stop your clients from getting results. Now, there are 4 key components to any irresistible offer. The first is the transformation. What are the results that your clients will get after working with you, or the point A to point B transformation? Number 2, what is the process that you're going to take them through to get that result? Number 3, what is actually included in your offer? Meaning, what are the deliverables that you're going to provide for your clients? This could be one-to-one coaching. This could be for a fitness coach, something like a nutrition plan or accountability, things of that nature. What are all of the pieces that you're going to provide to your client to make sure that they get results? And number 4, what is the price that you're going to charge for your services? For new coaches, I highly recommend charging high ticket prices for your services. Charging an hourly rate will take you forever to become profitable in your coaching business. Whereas if you charge a high ticket price for your coaching, coaching, it's very easy to become profitable as well as hit 10K months within the first 60 to 90 days with a great marketing plan. All right, now let's talk about marketing your business. You figured out your niche, you know who your clients are, and you know what your offer is. So now it's time to get out and start marketing your services so you can get your first client. Now, for most coaches, acquiring new clients is one of the most difficult parts of running a coaching business, but that's not going to be an issue for you because you're smart and you're going to subscribe to this channel so you never have that problem. So the question is, how do you find your first 1 to 3 clients when you're just starting off and you don't have much experience as a coach? Well, there are about a million different ways for you to do that, but I'm going to give you a couple in this video. So when you're a new coach, in the very beginning, you generally lack credibility, so it's a little bit more difficult for you to find clients. Now, this is where your previous experience really comes into play. You'll need to find ways to show that you actually have experience in either helping yourself or helping other people create the transformation that you're helping your clients with. And the easiest way to start with that is usually by using your existing network, the people that already know and love you, because you don't have to prove yourself to them. They know what you've experienced in your life, they know who you are, and they already trust you. So that battle has already been won. This could be anything from friends and family or even coworkers that you've become close with. These people are already likely to know what skills you have and how good you are at what you do. Now, I know this tends to make people uncomfortable sometimes when they start approaching friends and family members, talking about a business and trying to sell them on something. So in order to cut through all of that noise and make it less uncomfortable for you, here's what I recommend doing. Start off by asking your friend or family member or coworker, hey, do you know anyone that wants to achieve XYZ result? Because I'm starting a coaching business and I want to be able to build up some testimonials and case studies for my business. I'd be willing to help that person for free if you know anyone that might be interested. Now, oftentimes they'll either refer you to someone else or they might even choose to work with you if they need the desired result that you're helping them get. And taking this approach is often a lot less uncomfortable when you talk to your friends and family members because you're not asking them directly. And what I found when I was first starting out is that a lot of people will just opt in to work with you anyway. Now, as a second option, if you don't have a built-in network of people that you can communicate with or work with, you can always look through Facebook groups that are targeted specifically for the transformation that you are trying to provide. Now, everyone hates the spammy person that goes out trying to find business in these groups. So we don't want to do this directly. We want to do it indirectly. The best way to do that is to provide value to people that are already in these groups. So for instance, if you're a fitness coach starting out and you want to find more clients, or at least your first couple clients, you can start by providing value in a fitness group to people that are struggling with certain issues. Start by offering your support and become a little bit more known in the community by providing value every single day. And once people start to notice that you have a wealth of knowledge, they may ask you for more help, which could open up the conversation and door to you actually working with them. Now, this is something that I did when I got my first client. I was having a conversation about business and this particular person was talking about their struggles and I made some suggestions as to what they could do to resolve those. Now, as we got deeper into the conversation, it became clear that I had a wealth of knowledge that she needed for her business. So she asked me if I could help her, and that was how I got my first client. So if you do something similar by simply providing value, it will be much easier for you to get your first client by just simply providing value and helping people that need assistance with your knowledge. Now, what I would recommend is getting at least 1 to 3 testimonials of people that you've worked with before you start marketing yourself online. The reason I say this is because credibility is one of the most important factors in your coaching business. You want to not only show people that you have knowledge and value to provide, but you also want to be able to prove that you've created transformations for not just yourself, but for other people. If you've created a transformation for yourself, people will often question, well, how do I know that this will work for me? So in order to answer that question before it comes up in a sales conversation, you have the evidence to support you in saying, yes, I've done this for myself, but I've also done this for these 3 other people, and this is what it looked like when I got them results. So now that you've collected your testimonials and you've gotten your first couple clients, it's time to start marketing. And when it comes to marketing on social media, I would highly recommend that you choose no more than 1 to 2 social media platforms to market your coaching services on. Focus on specifically learning how to build an audience, convert that audience into paying clients. And once you've mastered those skills, then you can start to branch out onto other platforms once you've built an audience on at least 1 to 2 platforms. Now, this particular topic can get very, very deep and lengthy. So what we're going to do in this video is just cover at a high level what this actually looks like to market your coaching business. Now, obviously, you can choose whatever social media platforms you want: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. But what I personally recommend for new coaches is starting off with just YouTube and Instagram. And the reason I say that is because for most of my clients, they've been able to get the quickest results by starting off with a YouTube channel and marketing their services there. And the reason behind this is because YouTube makes it extremely easy for your ideal clients to find you based on specific targeted keywords and solving specific problems that your ideal clients have. And secondly, you don't have to monetize your YouTube channel in order to start making money immediately from YouTube. All you have to do is show your ideal clients how well you can help them, how credible you are, and how you've gotten transformations for other people. And that is typically enough to convince them that you are the right choice. So in order to do this, we start off by creating highly searchable content that your ideal clients are looking for on YouTube. And then we take that traffic and funnel it either into an email list or a community or into hopping on a one-on-one call with you to talk about solving their problems or how you can help them achieve their goals. Over time, you'll find that it's much easier to close clients on a call once you've created a full library of content that is specifically targeted to helping your clients solve problems. If you can help potential clients achieve their goals and get results without even working with you directly, you will leave them feeling like if their free content on YouTube or on social media is this good, what is it like to actually work with them directly, because their paid stuff must be even better than this. So go ahead and pick 1 to 2 platforms to start marketing your services on and start creating content to help your ideal clients. All right, now last but not least, every coaching business needs a sales process in order to make money. But how do we create a sales process that doesn't make you feel like a sleazy salesman? Sales happen to be one of the most uncomfortable processes for most coaches because they're used to thinking about a sleazy car salesman. And I want to help you change your perception of that in this video. Now, when it comes to sales, most people will tell you to use all of these like crazy tactics and manipulation and all of these crazy things. I am not going to recommend doing any of that. I want you to see sales as a service to your potential clients. Because at the end of the day, if you're good at what you do, and if you trust your process, and if you know you're genuinely here with good intentions to help your clients achieve results, then sales is a service. Sales is a public service that you are doing to help change the world. And in doing that, you are providing them a valuable service that is going to help them change the trajectory of their entire lives. So with that being said, we don't need to manipulate them. We don't need to be sleazy on a sales call. We don't need to force them or try to convince them to buy from us. We need to prove our value, and we need to prove that we are a credible source that is able to get them results. And if we can do that properly, they will naturally want to work with us because they see the inherent value in what we do. So if you want to become good at sales, which you probably should because it's what makes you money, then you have to start seeing sales as a service. Now, every time I hop on a sales call with a potential client, my only job is to give them clarity, to talk about what their goals are, to ensure that I believe I can truly help them achieve those goals, and to make sure that I'm helping them make the best decision for themselves. I'm not here to try to convince them of my inherent value because I know my value. And when you come from a position of not needing that person to say yes, then the person that is the most non-needy on the sales call wins. And so you need to stay out of the energy of, oh, I really want to make the sale. I really need this money. I really need this client. All of that is going to stop you from making money at all, because people feel the neediness. People feel when you are begging them to work with you. People feel when they are being manipulated or when you're trying to convince them that you are the best option. If you're not the best option, then say that. If you don't believe you can get them a result, then say that. Do not work with clients that you don't feel are a good fit for what you do, because this will hurt you in the long run. So if you want the full sales process that I walk my clients through, as well as the entire script and a template that you can use on your sales calls, that can also be downloaded in the Skool community. So now that I've given you all of the fundamentals to building out your coaching business, your next step is to go out there and start getting your first client. Now, don't forget to join the 5-day challenge, and I will see y'all in the next one.